Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Afzal. First of all, wishing you all a very happy Eid Mubarak and also a very happy Friendships Day and also a very happy Raksha Bandhan. Special occasion, we have 3 festivals together. Today we are going to make something really special. As a byproduct of Eid, we have a wonderful leg of lamb here. First, what we are going to do is, let me tell you what we are making. We are making a sort of a Bihari kebab, but we're going to make slight changes. So I'm using my Bihari masala, and with that we are going to marinate this. As we go along, I'm going to tell you what all spices we're going to add. First, what we're going to do is we're going to trim the leg that we have here. You want to use a really sharp knife for this. First, you want to trim all excess fat. We have already trimmed excess fat. You're going to take out thin layers of what we don't want. The butcher has already done an excellent job with this leg. Okay, most of this fat is trimmed. We're going to leave some of the fat on it. We're going to trim what we don't need. What we're going to do is, so that this becomes easy to use, we're going to cut in the joint here, and what that will do is it will allow us to flex this joint. Okay, so it becomes more easy and accessible. Now what you want to do is you want to make a few gashes, or you want to make some slits on the leg, because you want the masala to go inside. Okay? For that, what we'll do is we can either slit the leg, or what we can do is, so we can do this, we can prick it so that all the masala goes inside, or what we can do is we could give it some nice slits. I like to give it some nice slits like this because I want my masala to go inside. Plus what it does is it actually makes the cooking of the lamb easier, because agar aapka lamb thoda sa bada hai and it was a tough goat, then what will happen is it will take time to cook. So making slits like this actually helps it cooking, actually helps it to cook faster. Okay? And the masala will nicely go inside. Now I actually have to prepare 2 legs of lamb, but for the sake of the video I'm preparing 1. So okay, here we go. We do this, then we move on to the other side and we do the same. Okay, nice. I like to make them a little deep. Now we are sure that when we marinate this, all the masala and all the spices will nicely penetrate inside. Now once we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the marination. First, we're going to marinate it with some salt. You want to be a little generous on the salt. Okay, slightly on both the sides. Nicely you sprinkle the salt, and what we'll do is, what we are using here today is a raw papaya paste. The raw papaya paste is basically a tenderizer, and it will help us cook the meat faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to nicely rub it here slightly, and then we're going to turn it. Use some more of the raw papaya paste. Now how do you make a raw papaya paste? It's a very simple. You take a raw papaya, but you don't peel it. You use the skin as well, because the skin has a lot of tenderizing properties. So you want to use the skin. You will cut chunks of it with the skin, wash it nicely and make a nice paste. Okay, so you don't want to use too much of it because it's a very strong tenderizer, but you do want to rub it nicely inside the meat, because this meat is looks a little tough. When you touch it, it looks a little tough, but the papaya paste should do the trick. And so the salt and papaya have been rubbed in nicely. You can actually marinate. This can be your first initial marinade. You can leave it for an hour or two, and then you can proceed with the rest of your dry marinade. Or, as I am short of time now, I will continue with my dry marinades. Okay, so let's start. First off, we'll start with some chili powder. Now the chili powder I'm using here is Kashmiri chili powder. I'm really fond of Kashmiri chili powder. It has a nice subtle flavor. It's not too spicy, gives a fantastic color. So we're going to use Kashmiri chili powder because we're going to use a lot of it. We're going to be generous because we know it's not going to be very spicy, but it's going to add a lot of flavor and color. Okay, we're going to add some more. This is for the other side as well. Then we have some dhania powder or coriander powder, say about 2 heaped teaspoons, or maybe say 2.5. Then we have some jeera powder, about the same, 2.5. We have some nice homemade garam masala, which is what we do is equal quantities of elaichi, cardamom, cinnamon, dalchini and lavang. You're going to take cloves. You're going to take equal quantity of all of these, say about a tablespoon of all of them, make a fine powder, and then that is your garam masala. I like to make a very simple garam masala. I don't add a lot of things. A lot of people add pepper, a lot of other things, but I'm not going to do that. Now we're going to add, say, about a teaspoon of this garam masala, and then some ginger garlic paste. Now this is a simple ginger and garlic paste with 75% ginger and 25% garlic. We're going to add 2 heaped teaspoons of this, and then we're going to add this Bihari masala that I use. Comprises of poppy seeds, javitri, jog, which is nutmeg, and mace, and I also add some shazira, and what else, some salt to make a fine powder. I think I'm forgetting something. If I remember, I will let you know. So that's about it. We're going to add good 3 teaspoons. I'm going to keep the rest of it for another leg piece that I have. Once we do that, we're going to mix all of this nicely. Okay. We're going to give it a nice rub. Now that we have nicely marinated our meat, the first marination, we will move on to the second marination, which is we will be adding curd, dahi. We'll give it a nice whisk. There's no problem if it has lumps, it's just that it makes a nice marinade and the masala is mixed uniformly. So we'll add some nice thick curd here. I think that should be about enough. And then we're also going to add some mustard oil. Now mustard oil gives a really nice and intense flavor for this kebab. You can use any other oil if you have a problem with mustard oil, but I would highly recommend using mustard oil, because if you're not using mustard oil, you're going to lose on flavor. It gives amazing flavor, and I think that should be enough. Now we're going to give it a nice mix to all the masala. We're going to incorporate all the masala that is here on the sides. Now this is all going to go inside nicely. You want to work your fingers nicely inside the meat so it goes everywhere. Now once we have added the mustard oil and the curd, now I can really smell the jog and javitri with the nutmeg and mace. It's giving out a really beautiful fragrance. The whole masala has now become extremely aromatic. Now we're going to nicely work the masala in. Never mind if the marinade is too much. In my case, not a problem, because If there's too much marinade, I can use it for my second piece of lamb. And we're going to rub it on the other side, the same masala. Now that I have marinated this nicely, what we'll do is we'll keep it aside. We'll keep it aside for at least 2 hours, or you can actually marinate it, leave it overnight in the refrigerator and use it the next day. That will really ensure an excellent marination, but about 2 hours should be good enough. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention in my Bihari masala was white pepper powder. You also need to add white pepper powder in the Bihari masala. So now we'll keep this aside and let it marinate. In the meanwhile, we will preheat the oven to 220 degrees Celsius, and we will be cooking this on convection mode. So we will keep this aside and I will meet you in a couple of hours. Now that our lamb has been marinated for over 2.5 hours, we are ready to put it in the oven. First, what we'll do is we'll ready our tray. We'll just sprinkle it with some oil. In the meanwhile, what I did was I also readied my other leg of lamb. We're cooking 2 legs of lambs today. Okay, we have drizzled this tray with a little oil, same mustard oil. We're using the same mustard oil. Now we have to see, I'm a little doubtful if these 2 legs will actually fit in this tray. So we'll just try to fit them in. Start with the first leg. Okay, I really doubt if it will fit. Let's see. Try to put it towards the side like this. We'll take another leg and probably lay it like this. Yeah, a little masala is coming on the sides. Just push it in. Okay, they both look fine. We're just going to sprinkle some more masala just to cover up the sides which are not really covered. Now there's a lot of masala that we have left on hand. You can always use this masala to marinate something else, like maybe say chicken or another piece of lamb. You can do that. What we'll be doing is we'll probably add this to the tray as much as we think should be enough, and then the rest of it we will cook it on a gas stove. We'll reduce it and we'll probably use it as a gravy. Now I don't want to put too much of this masala because once this starts cooking, the meat is also going to leave some water, and then we don't want the tray to get overloaded and the juices all falling off. So this is all, we've covered most of it and we're ready to put it in the oven now. But before we do that, because this is lamb, we'll be cooking it for almost 1.5 to 2 hours. And if you're cooking it this uncovered for 2 hours, there are chances that the top layer will get burnt. So what we'll do is we will cover it with an aluminium foil or a silver foil, and then we'll put it inside. So we're going to use a silver foil like this, and then we're going to bake it in the oven at 220 degrees Celsius on convection mode. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands and complete this procedure. We're going to put it in the oven and we're going to cook it for about 1.5 to 2 hours, and I'm going to let you know exactly how much time we cooked it, and once we take it out of the oven I will show it to you. Okay, welcome back. So now we are done with our mutton. We have cooked the mutton we cooked it for 1.5 hours with the silver foil on, and then we removed the aluminium foil or the silver foil and then cooked it for another 35 to 40 minutes. You can see the mutton, it's all done. What we will be doing is that we will be plating it on this wonderful piece of wood that I have. Now what we did previously was we were left over with some masala, and we cooked it separately in a kadai, and this is the gravy. So we'll be serving the gravy alongside with the mutton and some rumali rotis that we have purchased from outside. Now let us quickly plate this. So now we'll just carefully take this and put it here gently. Okay, there we go. What we can do is, actually this was kind of last minute, so I don't really have a lot of other garnishes for this. Ideally you can serve it with some French fries, something like this. We'll just garnish it with some simple lemon, some lemon wedges that we have here. Some fresh coriander, you can always put French fries and stuff like that, and ideally if this was a platter and not a piece of wood, then I would have also put some gravy in the bottom and some gravy on top. Now just to show you how tender this is, we'll take a small knife and just see. Actually I haven't checked myself if the meat is cooked properly or not. It seems quite tender. Here is a piece of meat and it seems fantastically cooked. It's quite tender, and you can know that because the meat is actually leaving the bones, which is a fantastic sign, which is a sign that the meat has become really tender and cooked. So once we do this, one final finishing step would be some ghee. We'll just brush it with some ghee, some nice ghee, and it is going to give it some amazing flavor. Like I said, if you're serving it in a platter or something else, you can also serve it with the gravy on, or you can serve the gravy separately with some fantastic rotis. Now I think that's pretty generous. I'll like to put a little extra ghee. I think that's about it. We put some nice ghee on this. Eat it with some nice rotis, eat it with some rice, whatever you like it. I hope you like this recipe. We tried to make it quick, but it was kind of a lengthy video. I hope you like my videos. Do like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that every time you're notified when I release a new video. Thank you for watching. This is Afzal.